Now, Melbourne's large Greek community has been left to look on from afar as Greece grapples with its economic demons. With more on the community's reaction to the turmoil, reporter James Bennett joins us from South Melbourne. Good morning, James.
Good morning, Karina. I'm here in South Melbourne having a bit of a chat about Greek politics with Bill Papastagiatis, the leader of Melbourne's Greek community. Good morning, Bill. What's the local reaction been like to a very turbulent day for Greece?
A fair amount of angst and concern in relation to what's transpiring in Greece. As we know, overnight and this morning the vote will take place in Parliament to pass the austerity package put forward by the Troika, and there's been a fair amount of protest in Greece.
Do you have family back in Greece?
Yeah, we've got a fair amount of family, and we were speaking to them yesterday about all of this. For them it's quite surreal, although it's happening within their country. At the same time that I fully understand what's transpiring, quite a lot of them are affected by the reforms that are taking place, and there is some uncertainty in relation to the future.
I read one comment on Twitter this morning which said if we carry on like this, we'll be Germany's slaves by 2020. Is that a widely held sentiment, do you think?
No, I don't believe it's a widely held sentiment. People understand that some measures need to be passed for the purposes of dealing with the current debt situation, but at the same time they do worry about the extent and severity of the reforms and how they've been influenced by largely German policy.
How much do you think is there a look at perhaps what Greece's politicians are responsible for versus anger towards the EU? There has to be some, I guess, introspection as to what precipitated this situation and this perilous financial circumstance?
That's a very fair point. One could say that most of the anger is directed towards the Greek parliamentarians. In fact, practically all of it. There is some concern about the level and the extent of the measures imposed on Greece, and that's largely arisen because of the fact that this is the fourth or the third reform package that has been imposed on the Greek population. This has been going on for 2 years. It's a fair time, and most of them are saying, well, we've tried 3 other packages where they've cut salaries and imposed certain restrictions. They don't appear to have made anything work. In fact, the debt's gone up. Why is this package going to work? And so most of the concern that we're seeing is being directed predominantly at parliamentarians.
Now, just quickly, numbers of Greek migrants to Australia in the last 6 months, a rise, but still only around 120 or so. Would you have expected more?
In terms of the official migration, the numbers are relatively low. What we're seeing more so is perhaps dual citizens making their way back to this country. There are over 110,000 Australians who currently reside in Greece. We're seeing more of those people coming back.
OK, Bill Papastagiatis, thank you very much for spending some time with us. That's Bill Papastagiatis, the leader of Melbourne's Greek community, with some reflections on what's been a very perilous night for Greece and a feeling of some surreal, almost incomprehension from those in the country as to just what's going on there. Michael and Karina?
Thanks very much, James. He looked as though he was enjoying his coffee down there on a gorgeous Melbourne morning.
It's a tough job for James Bennett this morning.